Life Games family, I'm back. We're going to talk a little Bel-Air tonight, season number 2, episode 1. Really enjoyed it, and we're going to break down what's good with it, where they're going to go this season, what kind of trouble is Will going to get into. Is Carlton going to be doing that booger sugar? Is Vivian going to let Green Eyes Art Tapestry tap that ass? And we're going to also talk about Uncle Phil and the kind of trouble that his law firm is getting ready to get into. I think I have a good idea where they're going with all that. Please, everybody, if you're new to my channel, I am Lamont Tyson. This is the Life Games channel, Life Games Media. I have some social media links. Join me. I'm very tangible on most of these links, especially Twitter and IG. And we do have a budding podcast. And as always, let me just rep all the people that have come here to spend a little bit of time with me trying to entertain them. I will have a guest tonight. So those of you that love good, entertaining guests, I will have one tonight. Her alter ego is Madam Moonlight. Rashonda is in the building. Mally is in the building. Barbara is in the building. Michelle is in the building. Samara is in the building. Dale H. Ladies and gentlemen, I take that back. It's not Madam Moonlight because this sister is on time tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Miss K, not Madam Moonlight. What's up, Miss K? And ladies and gentlemen, my other guest is on time too. Look at this.
Oh, who
Look
is
at
he?
this.
It's a reunion.
Look at here. Look at here.
Oh my gosh! Hi.
I know. I feel like it's been forever since I've seen you guys. That's
I
really, I'm trying to wait. Where's the
know.
camera? Okay, here it is. I forgot the camera's off. I'm like, why am I disappearing?
What's
How
been
are
going
you
on?
guys?
Crew, I've got two of the best people in all of YouTube, really in all the world, that
Oh,
review shows. These two ladies can review the hell out of some show. And if it's Game of Thrones, there's nobody that can do it better than these two. But you know what? That ain't all they are. They're not one-trick ponies, ladies and gentlemen. They're not My Little Ponies, okay? They can review it all, and we're going to do it tonight. So how you ladies doing tonight?
pretty good. Yes.
I'm good.
Lex, you good? How's the
Yes.
music life?
Good. Little minor setbacks. They done got my Instagram, but I had it back up. So everybody follow the new Instagram, Lex the Targaryen, just by itself. So, which is an easier handle anyway. So it's always good to start a new page, honestly. So I'm just gonna kind of take that as a maybe I needed a new page, you know.
Oh, okay.
Don't follow that one.
That's when you're on your grown woman ish right there. When they throw a curveball at you, you still at least hit a double. So that's when you're on your grown woman. So
Yeah.
ladies, I've enjoyed Bel-Air. There are a lot of people that haven't enjoyed Bel-Air. And I'll start with you, Miss K. How did you enjoy the first episode of season 2?
I liked it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Looks like a lot of stuff is going on. I mean, I'm gonna wait till we get to certain things because I don't have like it was just a good first episode. I don't feel like there was too much going on. But man, what the stuff that's coming though, sheesh.
Right. It looks yeah.
So.
And Lex the Targaryen, how did you like the first episode?
Honestly, I definitely did like the episode. I don't know why anybody wouldn't like it. It was like a nice way to jump back in. I'm glad they didn't drag him not being home out a whole bunch of episodes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm cool with it. Honestly, I don't have any problem.
Mm-hmm. And for me, it was a great setup episode. And I'm like Lex Targaryen, Miss K. I'm glad they didn't try to make that a whole story plot for the whole entire season. When is he going to come home? Where is he staying? What is he doing for money? They went on ahead and they shut all that down in the first episode. And I love the way they did it. I love seeing Black billionaires. That's not something we see too often on TV. And I love the fact that a young teenager, went beyond MTV Cribs for her birthday party, for her sweet 16. And she ain't even 16. And she getting birthday parties on yachts that Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owners, can't even afford. So I'm ready to dive
That's what I was talking about. When they said it had the 13, I said she only turning 13.
He loved throwing shade undetected.
Wait, I didn't get it.
It's the cowboy shade. This is what I be talking about. We be minding our business, and it's always one. That's how you know you America's team. But go ahead, cuz.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not even going to engage her because she's very confused. She lives in Philadelphia, but she's repping the Cowboys. So that just shows you how confused she is. So I'm gonna leave it at that, and we're gonna keep it pushing.
I'm most certainly a Jersey girl. Do not ever confuse me with the cream cheese bell cracked people. Okay, I am from Jersey. Thank you. Thank you.
And what state are you directly connected to on your west side?
Listen. I don't know. I don't look west, east, north, south. I just know I'm from Jersey. Okay, I can't map it out right now. Y'all not about to connect us.
That's and for all my people that live in Jersey, that's even worse. She's really in Jets country talking about she's a Cowboys fan. Y'all handle that, okay? Y'all handle that.
I'm so glad I'm not any fan of nothing.
Stop it. You a fan. You a fan of education. I
mean, I'm talking about sports.
And the Supreme Court about to ruin people's educational plight. So you a fan?
Praise God that I'm almost done. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's dive on into this thing. You know, I'll lob this one up to you first, Lex. In the beginning, we see Will meeting up with a mysterious character, and Will had lots of money. Okay, we didn't know who this character was. I actually thought it was going to be Trey from the old show, but it wasn't. And we find out that Will is living with his homeboy Jazz. What was you thinking when that first hit the screen? Will's got all this money. He's hanging out with characters talking about they got people on the street. What was going through your mind when you first saw it?
I thought Will was selling drugs. And I'm like, that was my initial first thought. But I'm like, nah, they're not going to do that stereotype. So what is he doing? And I was trying to figure out what it was. Like, was he boosting for somebody? Like, what was he doing? But when they said street ball, I just cued it in West Philadelphia, born and raised, because it's dude, come on. Like, I understand that you hurt. Like, that part I totally get, but you got your head so far up your rump, like you just about to relax, sir.
Damn. What you had on it, Miss K?
I was concerned, first I wasn't sure where he was. I'm like, wait a minute, is he back in Philly? Like, what's going on? But then when they showed that he was with Jazz, I said, oh, okay, so he's just on a different side of LA and everything. And but I definitely was thinking, like, is he into drugs? He definitely got to be into something illegal. Like, there's something going on. So I was like, this is not good. But, even what he's doing, like when we found out that it was, street ball, like that's still not good because that can go sideways, which is the reason why he's there now.
Right, exactly. But it ain't going sideways yet, because did you see the knots this dude had? He pulled out money like he was $1 million man, and he's lying to everybody. Well, some people call hiding the truth a lie. Some people say it's not a lie. So however you want to define it. He's not being clean with Jazz. He next gets in the car with Carlton. He's not being clean with him. And ironically, we learned in the first few minutes, Miss K, that Will is talking to everybody in the house except for America's Uncle Phil. What was going through your mind when you heard that revelation and how Carlton wants him to come back?
Of course, it's good to see him and Carlton, getting along and staying, still staying in touch. And he's going to the school. But it wasn't surprising to know that he wasn't talking to Uncle Phil. But it's kind of weird because it's like he was supposed to be mad at both of them for keeping the secret, and I guess as well as the mom. So it's kind of weird that he's just got this target on Uncle Phil. I guess as time goes on, he shows it's because he won't admit that he's sorry or something like that. I don't know. But it's men. You got to talk. You got to help us out with this one, Lamont. Seems like a guy thing.
She did. This chick, Miss K, never say my name. Okay, Miss K never be on her Destiny's Child with me. This chick literally just said it's a man thing and said my name, said Lamont, and with basing of. I'm gonna get to her in a minute. Lex, what you got on it?
I completely agree. I think it's a guy thing, but I also thought the same thing. Like, why is he not still mad at Aunt Viv and everybody else? I'm like, you know what? It's because Uncle Phil took the arrogant approach, and he didn't want to apologize. He kind of just had his tush on his neck about it and things like that. So I completely get that aspect, and that the actor do such a good job at like the what crudité about like I'm sorry about like the tears was so perfect when he apologized. It was just like yes
Black. I know.
I liked it. It was real touchy, but yeah, I was kind of irritated at first. Like, why are you not mad at everybody? And then it was just like, you know what? Okay.
Gotcha. To Lex's point, this show just has in a beautiful array of blackness.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Amazing. Not just physically looking, but their talent too. Just beautiful show. And the issue, why is Will not pointing his anger toward Vivian, which he did in the end, but the direct anger was at Phil. And I don't know if they're trying to play this out where we're showing how men and our egos, or if it has much to do with Will wanting to connect to a strong male figure. I think it's more about Will wanting to have had a connection with a strong male figure, and the male figures that he wanted to have in his life, or the ones he was starting to have in his life in terms of Uncle Phil, let him down again, kind of the same way his dad let him down, just not to that degree. And so I really feel like that's what the issue is. And then on top of that, both of them are very stubborn.
Yes.
Phil, I'm here to tell y'all right now, any man who's made it to certain levels of financial success, there comes a point in time where you kind of got to be a butthole, and that butthole tends to put an ego on you. Now,
is it necessary?
Yeah, it's necessary. It's because you can't appease everybody all the time. You're gonna have to say no sometime. You're gonna have to put people in their place, because if not, they're gonna run over you and they're gonna impale your journey to your success. And so I think for Phil, it took a whole lot of softening by Viv to be like, look, man, you need to swallow your pride. It took some softening from Jeffrey, swallow your pride. And Will only had he didn't have anyone telling him to swallow his pride much, except for maybe Carlton here.
Or maybe Jazz. Did Jazz say something?
A little bit, but not to the third degree. And then he also had Jeffrey that gave him some hella good advice. Yeah, that's my guy, MI6, man. I can't wait till he get back in that house. And so I think, Miss K, that's more so what the whole man thing is, just an expression of a young man who hasn't had that male connection from a family member. He thought he was starting to get it from one in the house, and then you come to find out all these years they had been lying to you. And I think that, and rather than placing that anger on a woman, which Vivian could have been that woman, he just overlooked that and said, you know what, man, you're going to get these bullets. That's what I think it was more so about. And Phil was just so, he was just so downtrodden about it. Vivian seemed like she was more consolatory. Phil was like, hell to the no. It is what it is. We did what we did, So I think that's why he got most of the anger. So how did y'all like the fact that they are taking Carlton? And I'll give this one to you, Lex. They're taking Carlton and they're making him Black Power this year. Even got him trying to chase behind the girl who's the head of the Black League of they little private school. Talk to me about my man Carlton.
Yeah, Carlton is giving Carl these days. So, I'm with it. I like it. I like how, it's a shift. I feel like this is a journey that they could take us through, throughout the series, him truly getting to know the fact that, yes, I am privileged, but I am a Black man. It doesn't matter how much, money I may have. Like, the world sees me as that. Like, every negative stigma, quota, everything attached to is that. And then they'll get to know me and realize, oh, no, he's not that. He has money, not just man with money and Black. It doesn't work that way for us. Like, it's a hard truth. It doesn't work that way for us. So I think that that's something that he's traveling amongst. I think this, new girl is gonna be a nice little love interest. She gives me a smidge of Shanae, Gateau, not ghetto, but Gateau. I'm liking it a little bit. You know what I mean? Because the one that him and Will done passed between them two, like, she gives me a bit of Claire and not Cleonce. Like, the other girl is giving Cleonce, so I'm here for it. Go Carlton. Carl.
Wow.
Carl.
Wow. So, Ms. K, how did you feel about Carlton? Will convinced him to go to that meeting, and the young lady is the president of that society. But then we get a knock-ass, fake-ass Shamara Moore in there. But some of it was real.
Yeah, some legitimate complaints.
Yes, and I like how Carlton gave his retort to his complaints. However, that fake-ass Shamara Moore, he's going to be a problem. So talk to me about your thoughts on that scene, Ms. K.
Yeah, when I saw him, the fake Shamar Moore, he opened his mouth and said something, like he corrected it, because when Will came in, he said, this is the Black Folks Club. And then he said, no, it's the Black such and such committee, whatever he said, he had to just correct it. And so that irked me. And then they sat down and he said something else. And I was just like, shut up. Like, I just kind of screamed at the because I'm like, I already know your energy and I don't want it, And I was just like, this guy is being a jerk. So I don't know. He does seem like he would be a problem. But I'm more concerned about Carlton's drug problem. But I don't want to really talk about that too much yet. But I'm concerned about that. The fact that, the white kids are not really dealing with him right now. Connor's not really talking to him, this and that. But as soon as they come around, now it's like, oh, I think you need a little pick-me-up. It's like, stay away from them, because once they get their hands on you, they're going to bring that drug stuff, And then one other thing I want to say is that I like him and Will hanging out together. And I like the new eye candy that they brought to the table. She's always been a cute little girl, first of all. So she's just growing and glowing up. Talking about the president of the club. And she was on this other show. So I remember her from when she was a kid. But I like, she's a cute little eye candy for him. And I don't know. Hopefully she could help him out, because as long as he has that problem, he's not going to be able to keep girlfriends. That's what happened with Lisa.
Right.
So,
exactly. Yeah. Speaking of Lisa, I'm going to lob Lisa to you. When these two got back together, because to me, last season kind of felt like they had already kind of told each other we need space. But we see them in here, they kind of been avoiding each other. Lisa wants to have this big talk with Will. And for whatever the reason, Will doesn't seem too attached to having the big talk with Lisa. So, Ms. K, when you saw this, what was you thinking was going to go on and be the dynamic for their relationship in this first episode?
I didn't really think that they was going to be having no problems, really. Like, I don't know. I didn't expect this for some reason, because I thought that, when he went missing, and then Carlton was, like, I'm talking about last season, and Carlton went to his, her house kind of crying, like, Will needs us, this and that. I thought that, that little emergency kind of just put everything behind, like, we're just going to try to move forward, because I didn't think they really had such big issues like that anyway. But she's kind of hung up on him lying about his past and all. But I just thought that they would have got over it, but they didn't get a chance to talk. Oh, here's what I got to say about this part. I'm glad I remembered. They over here giving 2 dates of when they could link up, right? The 2 dates don't work out, so now they acting like they don't got no time. Y'all only gave 2 dates. Figure it out, young folks. Stop trying to act like y'all got so much to do. Figure it out. She's like, oh, well, I guess we'll talk later. Figure it out.
And Will, he's not even living with parents.
Right.
So, bruh, Stop it.
Yeah, y'all got time. Stop. They gave 2 dates. Oh, Ashley's party, and how about tonight? Oh, my dad's campaign thing is tonight. Really?
And Will don't want to come to the campaign.
Right.
You know, and Lex, I'll give it to you with them. I've heard several women say this. If a man wants you bad enough, he'll go through hellfire and brimstone to get you.
Okay.
No matter what the circumstance is, he's going to do whatever it takes to come and get you. And to me, Will was giving a whole lot of, I don't really want to deal with you no more vibes. You know, so what was you thinking about Lisa and Will when they had their first meetup?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say all females, but a majority of us have been in that situation where you don't want to see the signs, and clearly it's like smack dab, wee woo, it's over. But like, you just poor thing. Literally, that was just what I was
my goodness.
like, nah, that's not finna end too snazzy. Like, he got distracted by a pair of kicks. I said, oh yeah, it's a dub, sis.
Yeah, that was
neck last year to get your attention, literally, and now I guess we'll talk later. Nah, I don't got that's my problem. I don't have the patience for that. We gonna talk later. Listen, your mouth moving, you here currently. Get the yapping. Like, I don't understand what you keep pushing it off for, and that's exactly why. You know what I mean? It's sad, but I guess they needed to kind of grow apart. But yeah, it's kind of a wrap for her. She can only be their friend, because if she was ever to go back to Carlton, good Lord, Thanksgiving is gonna be awkward.
Oh, she's definitely not going back to Carlton.
So it's a wrap. She could just only be the family friend for now.
Yeah. Listen.
Oh boy.
Well, no. I'm not gonna say nothing crazy. I got 2 things. Look, the fact that he was the one that said he loved her, and now he over here talking about some backpedaling stuff. It's just that all that stuff is weird to me. I hate that weird stuff, okay? But the second thing I'm gonna say is I think I see what they're doing, right? In the original, who was he with? He was with Lisa. That was his the last love before the show ended. Now I think what they're trying to do is they're gonna break them off, and then as the show progresses, he could date whoever he wants, and then he gonna find his way back to her probably. I don't know.
100%.
Yeah.
Miss K, 100. See, this is why I have you and Lex on these shows. Because you see what they're trying to do with the plot. You see it. But it just comes down to a matter of how are they going to play the new Jackie. And we'll get the new little Miss Jackie because she has been a fan favorite. I can't tell you how many people. Oh my God. Dude's been hitting my page up. Who's this new Jackie? What's her name? What's the actress name? I need to know. Well, fellas, I'm going to try to unveil that for y'all tonight. Okay?
She's a cutie pie.
But let's talk about Will meeting up with my man MI6. I love this guy that plays Jeffrey.
My gosh.
I love this dude. I love his portrayal of Jeffrey. And he is really he is the backbone moralistically. He's the backbone from a strong arm perspective. This is that dude, man. This is that dude.
She over there like, a snack.
That's a fun. Listen, life is like a box of Jeffrey.
Right?
Hey, get you some African. Hey, that's some African chocolate box right there for you.
Yeah, man. He from the Garden of Eden. That is a
beautiful. This show has some great, like I said, great representation of men across the spectrum. Okay, and so since Lex want to eat every single piece of DNA off his face, I'll give you the him first. So Lex, when you heard what he had to tell Will about sometimes a man got to do what a man don't really want to do, and you and Uncle Phil, y'all both have kind of the same ego, you need to step to him. What was you thinking when he said that?
Factual. Who would know Uncle Phil better than Jeffrey? I mean, Jeffrey knows stuff that Aunt Viv don't even know. So I totally get that. I'm not a fan of how Uncle Phil is treating Jeffrey, but we'll get there. But I definitely do agree. And I feel like Jeffrey from the beginning has had Will's best interest at heart, because regardless of how it played out, that boy still deserved to know the truth about his father. He's not a baby where you tuck him at night and he still believes in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy. You know what I'm saying? He's a young man and he deserves to know the truth. Now, what have you comes from that. It is what it is, but he deserved to know. And I still respect Jeffrey for laying that info out. I really do. And just Jeffrey.
Damn it. Miss K, now you get yourself a bite at the chocolate apple. You gotta stay
okay.
about it now.
Listen, I really don't have much to follow because I really I agree with everything that you said, Lex. I love the fact that he went to him and he knows that this is another person that he can go to. Like you were saying, Lamont, he needs this male figure.
Yeah.
And so at this time, even though he claims he's trying to be so independent, he know daggone well that he needs that like fatherly advice. You know what I mean?
Right.
From somebody.
Yeah.
And right
100%.
now he's not talking to Uncle Phil. So he knows the next best thing is to call Jeffrey, right? And so Jeffrey's gonna keep it real and tell him. And I loved how he was kind of like this and like that. Like basically, y'all identical twin. You mean that's what you talk about? Y'all both some stubborn, bullheaded folks, So it's gonna take you guys, knocking down that pride to get it together. So.
Boy, hey, my man MI6 can't do no wrong. That's my guy right there, man. So yeah, I'm with y'all.
He was
That's
looking good with them shades. Oh my gosh.
I like him.
Can't get Idris for shaken, not stirred, whatever that role is. I can't even think straight. Get Jeffrey. What is that? 007? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine twin 007s? Him and Idris. Good Lord.
Oh my gosh, right?
He could do it.
If the Lord
fellas,
let the Lord's will be done, because that is a box office hit. Oh my God. Well,
what she's really saying is he can act his ass off too. That's what she's saying, ladies and gentlemen. And now, so that we can get on with this drool fest, it's time for the fellas to drool a little bit, okay, fellas? I know. Now we all love Jeffrey. We love the guy, Jimmy. I don't want to butcher his last name. Who's playing Jeffrey? He's a G for real. But then we get introduced to the new Jackie. And because my subscribers want me to do the dirty work, okay, they want me to take one for the team and get the history on this young lady. So, fellas, her name is Jaslyn Martin, okay? She was in This Is... I do. She was in This Is Us. She's also played in The High Note and Little Reminders. That's her filmography, ladies and gentlemen. And here's another good shot of her right here.
She looked different in the show because when she first came on screen, I thought it was Ruby Rose. I said, I know daggone well they ain't put Ruby in this tag.
They got her ghettoed down in the show.
Yeah,
I like her better in them headshots or whatever those are.
Oh, me too. But I mean, on the show, she right too with them door knockers. Yes, Lord, yes. But in any event, Will done came out here because this new man, we don't really know if he's an NBA agent, he's a scout, he's one of these cats that's trying to use young men. To me, I think he's some kind of an AAU coach. That's what I think he is. And Will wants to impress him. But before he can impress him, he gets viciously attacked, mind you, by Lisa's German Shepherd. And Lisa, you saw that, Miss K. He was viciously attacked.
That was
you heard that, dog. Excuse me, Jackie. I'm sorry. Jackie's dog viciously attacked by her little ghetto dog, and she gave him a piece of advice about basically actions speak louder than words. So Miss K, I give it to you. Will had to show his actions. He had to get his ass out there on the court to prove something to Doc, and he goes out there. He beats up on Dr. Umar Johnson, little brother, and beats him pretty bad. So the floor is yours, Miss K.
I was really wondering what was going on. You know what the first thing I said, since you got it on her, I said to myself, what if she's freaking Doc's daughter? Because Will know how to mess around with somebody's daggone daughter. The best way, she's giving advice, the best way to do this and do that. So I thought maybe that's probably, I wouldn't be surprised if that was his daggone daughter.
Right. Or cousin.
Right.
Or something.
So as things was going on, I kept saying to myself, like, Will, Will kind of has this arrogance, and I just wish that sometimes he would shut up and don't talk so much, but just show. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like humble yourself a little bit is my thing with him. And so sometimes I feel like because he, how he was talking with him, it kind of was making the guy look like, yeah, right, whatever. I don't got time for this and that. But I do love how he showed up against this guy. But at the same time, it still was almost like a waste of time. I mean, I'm not going to jump, but in this moment,
Oh, we're going to get there.
Yeah.
We're going to get there. So Lex, Miss K just took a theory video I was going to do, and I'm fine with it because I ain't going to do it now. Okay. But I damn sure had a theory video that ties to the end of this episode where Lisa is going to be used as a pawn for Doc's bidding because she knows him too well. Like, there is a connection there. And if he finds out that she or Will has an inkling for her, I think she's going to be used. And so tell me what you thought about this basketball scene, us getting the new Jackie. I keep calling her Lisa.
Jackie. So.
And her dog, Monster Killer.
Yeah, I agree. That may be like his little sister or something like that. You're talking about some take my advice. That's gonna be crazy. That's his girl. I doubt that'd be crazy. It's either, but it's one of the three. It's his little sister, his girl, or his daughter. It's one of the three.
She is not Miss K. Get her down.
But
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Damn right. You're right. You absolutely.
Yeah, I get it. That's either like his sister, his daughter, his yeah, I would say sister, daughter, or what did I say?
Or something.
His sister, his daughter, his girl, or his niece. Point blank period. It's some sort of web-like connection.
Yeah.
But yeah, they definitely. But I mean, guys kind of know what they're doing. Door knockers are literally it is what it is. It's been since the beginning of time. You jiggle those melons and you got a pretty face. Like, he got for a quick second, and then manipulation happens, and that's it. Stupid. He young, stupid, and cocky, and all he needs is somebody real pretty that's not fully stunting him, but stunting him to stroke his ego.
Yep.
And there you go. Like he's somebody like Meech. Like he like his ego stroked. Like he just he just think he the greatest thing to touch a pair of J's since Jay. So I'm expecting to set up in the okie doke, but more than that, I know Uncle Phil and old boy got some sort of connection. I tell you that. Or either they trying to milk him dry behind Will because he got money. But I wouldn't be surprised if dude know Uncle Phil on a deeper level. Like, I don't know. We gonna see.
Yeah. So somehow, some way, I feel like with this Doc situation, that's going to lead to how Jeffrey's going to be back into the services and back into the bank's house somehow, some way. Because when it's time for the dirty work, Jeffrey about that life. Okay, make no mistake. Jeffrey lets Uncle Phil stay clean, because Uncle Phil about the life too, but he about the life from I'm gonna get the resources you need to handle the business, and you be the front man. So I 100% agree. There's gonna be a reckoning with Doc and Jackie and Jeffrey, and we're gonna see where that all goes. And so, speaking of Jeffrey, you've got two chocolate, very, very stunning acting brothers right here together. And I'll hit you with this one, Lex. So Jeffrey comes over here. He apologized. He took his own advice that he gave Will. He apologized for his mistakes and said he overreached. But more importantly, he came to warn Uncle Phil that Will is hurt. He's looking and reaching out for a father figure, and if you don't step in, he's going to get that shit from the streets. So Lex, talk to me about this scene.
Yeah, it was a lot going on in this scene. I think that it was a lot of ego. And okay, hold up, pause. 2.5, Big Wolf status. I'm so glad that you've seen the first 3 episodes. We're focusing on episode 1. Please don't say anything. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I didn't see the first one. I didn't see nothing else. Only episode 1.
Only episode 1. There's multiple out.
I think that's probably on like the Fire Stick.
Oh,
you know.
I'm streaming. Anyway, yeah. So, like, I like the scene because you can feel the tension in the air, and it's almost like when, like, if you're dating a guy, or kind of like Aunt Viv is married, and you know people that have been bros since day one, and they having a argument, so you're kind of staying in your place, but you looking at your significant other like, if you don't cut it out and stop being mean, that's exactly what she was looking like. Like, you won't stop, Phil. Like, that is literally what I heard her saying in my head. And it was just like, yeah, like his ego hurt. Like, you apologize to Will, but you can't. Jeffrey apologized to you, and you can't accept. Like, in the end of the day, you were wrong. Like, it is what it is. And yeah, they that's gonna be the thing. Uncle Phil got his rump on his neck right now, but he need Jeffrey.
He do. He need him.
He get manicures. Jeffrey really busts guns.
Right.
Stop.
But you know what? Uncle Phil paying for the guns though. So I mean, you know, Jeffrey ain't going out on the streets of Africa stealing the gun. He's getting them paid for.
He's from Britain. He's actually a Brit. Do you remember he said that in episode 1? He's from over there. He's not from Africa. Thank you.
And he's actually he's born in Jamaica. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. In real life, he was born in Jamaica. That's right.
I think he said I think on the show he said he came from Jamaica to England and all that. You know, like my peoples.
He's absolutely breathtaking.
Oh Lord, Miss K, get in here.
Yeah,
Damn it, he's not Lamont. Okay, fuck them niggas. They not Lamont. Okay, but anyway, go ahead, Miss K.
Oh my goodness. So, hey Monique. So,
what up, Monique?
With this scene, this is what I meant, Lamont, without trying to jump the gun, right? With the whole man thing. And it's especially from Uncle Phil, right? That pride, and you have another man, like man to man now. Right? We're not even talking about the fact that you're the adult in the situation between you and Will, right? So you're the one that actually should be going to find this kid or approaching him or whatever, right?
Fact.
And so now you have another grown freaking man coming to you and saying, listen, I got in the way of something. I kind of butted in and I apologize. I went about it the wrong way. I kind of was, thinking about my own situation with my son, being a man about it. And the way I just was not feeling his response. And I'm just like, people like that, it's hard. It makes apologies really hard to do.
Yeah.
Like you actually don't want to apologize because of people like that. Like you're trying to keep it going for what? So I wasn't feeling Uncle Phil with this situation. I'm just like, this guy is really, he's really stubborn and pigheaded. And I liked how it turned out. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I feel like as a man, he finally handled it the way he was supposed to handle it. Uncle Phil.
Well, to this point, Jeffrey's doing everything right.
Yes.
To this point. And Vivian, she was rolling her eyes and hemming and hawing, but I felt like she could have done more to support getting Jeffrey back if she wanted to. Because he's had an integral part in being, up here, he's more the security, kind of, sort of, for the family. And I felt like that was sometimes when any relationship, when your other person, significant other, your best friend, whoever, you have to just level with them and tell them the straight truth. And I felt like she should have just went in on him a little more than what she did. Like, bruh, this man came to look. Yeah, this man came to you. He apologized to you like a man. Not only that, he came and told you that you have precious seconds to step into the life of Will before he goes down the primrose path of the streets and be like Philly all over again.
Yeah.
Like
that would defeat the whole purpose of him being out there.
Exactly. Exactly. Not to mention the main reason y'all in this mess in the first place is because you two, including me, Vivian, kept this chaotic secret from Will because we felt like we should have chose when it was the appropriate time to tell them, and which we never got around to telling it to him until it was too late. Right. And so can I say something about the whole secret thing since we're talking about that? Yeah. So my thing is I was talking with my mom and them because, they came over
And we were watching it, and I said, you know what's weird is that they told him a lie to tell him something that was worse, but both of the things that happened was bad. So you might as well have told the truth, right? The abandonment part was worse than him going to jail. At least there's a reason why he's not here. So you're going to tell this kid that his father abandoned him rather than to tell him the truth that he went to jail. Like that's right. Like make it make sense. It's both bad. You might as well pick the better one. And the better one is actually the truth. Right. He went to jail, that's why he's not here.
Yes, at the very least, the first part of this abandonment was because he was trapped in prison. You know, and that can soften the blow versus he just abandoned you when he had freedom. Right. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm with that, Miss K.
Yeah, it was just a stupid lie. I mean, sometimes when you think about it, right, these lies that they have, especially in Black families, oh my gosh, the lies be like, why? You're doing too much. You traumatizing the crap out of folks when they get older. They over here thinking that their grandmother is their mama. Or their aunt, or who is it? The sister. The sister is really the mother. Like, what was one of them Tyler Perry shows or something like that? Like, it happened. I mean, I'm not gonna say just Black families, but I'm just saying we always hear about with the Black families. Like, they always got some lies going on. It's like they just, it's like they can't tell the freaking truth.
Or you got a cousin that's in America and has never seen his homeland in Africa. Wakanda forever.
Right. Exactly. The lies continue from continent to continent. Don't even matter.
Well, what did Candy say? The lies.
Who said that?
Candy from Real Housewives.
Oh,
Candy Furry.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, man. Okay. So now let's move on and talk a little bit about the birthday girl. So the birthday girl is my homie Ashley, right? Yes, and indeed. All she really wants for her birthday is for Will to come home. She wants any money given to her to go to charity. This is a great young lady, just like my daughter Elle. This is what Elle is going to be like. However, I love how Bel-Air went and got my very first TV childhood crush, the original Ashley, Tatiana Ali, and she's playing Miss Hughes. Now, I don't know if you caught it, Miss K. She's playing Miss Hughes, and when she gave Ashley the book, Langston Hughes right there. Did you catch that?
Oh, that's cute. No, I didn't catch it. No, because I didn't even pay attention to the fact that her name was Miss Hughes. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Can you respect my TV women? Okay, you already disrespected Lock and Key. You had all kinds of names from talking about people get doorknobs and stuff, and I mean, you was just disrespecting her. And then you were disrespecting Stella, okay? Like, can you at least show some respect to one of these TV babes of mine?
I never disrespect Stella. What are you talking about?
You call her a Black Widow.
But she is. We gotta be honest.
No, that's why the Black community don't tell the truth, because they don't want to hear the honesty.
You know what? You might be right. But listen, hey, here's something. How about this? I'll tell you one thing. Miss Hughes is looking very beautiful. How about that?
Ain't she?
Okay. Ain't she? I said, look at Ashley. She's just aging all gracefully and stuff.
That Black don't crack, okay? That Black don't crack. You know what I mean? And she's taking a liking to Ashley. And she gives Ashley a book to better enlighten her about the culture of African American.
Yes, but
we got a transplant crisis actor from Florida who done came to California, goes and rats and tells the principal they're doing CRT. They're doing CRT. Okay. And next thing we know, Ashley catch Miss Hughes in a closed door venue, and the white teacher run over there and slam the door in Ashley's face. And it was a lot going on. So I'll give this one to you first, Miss K. Talk to me about that scene, because
I
think I know what's going to happen, but I was very upset at this little bitch right here. Go back.
Yeah, I know. Especially when you saw her looking, I was like, oh gosh, we already know, right? So here's my thing. When you are doing something like this, you have to be discreet. Like she could have told Ashley, come here for a second and then waited for folks to get up out the classroom. You know what I'm saying? Because she's getting in trouble for it. So, I mean, if you already know that this is something you're not supposed to be doing, you got to be on the side, girl. Do it on the side. Here, girl, let me show you. Let me talk to you about this homework. See, what happened here in this paper, what you said was this, that, and the third, right? And then you take the book and you kind of like slip it under there, like put it in between the papers, like, here, girl, here goes this book. I want you to read that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know how to be slick. I don't know where she from, but she clearly don't know how to be slick, Miss Hughes. Okay.
Whoa. Okay. Damn it. Here we go. Miss K just want Lexi Targaryen, get in on this comment. Miss K just you're slipping little jokes in there the way I pick on the Dallas Cow. You just had to slide that up in the DMs, huh, Miss K?
You had a little done spin the block every time.
just had to slide that all up in there. Okay. So Lex, what did you think about the Karen wannabe running around telling everybody they're doing critical race theory in school?
Yeah, just a typical little snitch. Minding the business that don't pay you. Her parents probably, you know the type. They don't even got to go into the logistics of it. You know the type. And self-righteous entitled. And this is something that has a right to be taught. And I think that's obviously something that they're going to touch on because they have a lot of real world connections to things that's going on right now. Sexuality, teaching, real situations with parents and things like that. So I definitely do fully expect them to do that for sure. But I was happy when she turned her head and I was like, it's Ashley with Ashley. Like it was the cutest thing ever. And I love how they keep bringing original cast members back. Like last, time it was both, and it was Aunt Viv and the old mother. I will be 150% wrapped up with this show if they ever bring the OG Aunt Viv on. The day I see that, it's gonna be like, all right.
Oh my God.
Oh, the old OG, not the light skin
one. The OG Aunt Viv. That Aunt Viv.
She ain't coming.
She ain't coming.
I know that would be beautiful if they had her as a cast member. So you gotta think of it on a rating standpoint, like
right.
But people don't be thinking that far in advance. But anyway, all of that to say, I did love to see, and I love that she's here. I would love to see, her throughout the series. I wouldn't mind seeing her throughout the series while they're in school. Who don't love Tatiana Ali? Come on, so it's perfect. It
was love at first sight. I was 10 years old when I first set eyes on her. That was my first TV crush. Okay. And then it turned into the girl, Maya, whatever her name was, that was on
Campbell.
In the house. Yeah, Maya Campbell. And then I seen her doing drugs and that shit.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. I'll be back. I gotta take a call.
Take your time. Oh man, so now I get to talk junk to Lex. It's one-on-one for a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So Lex, I'm gonna talk about Uncle Phil again because he's back at his law firm. And I think that what happened with Miss Hughes, Tatiana Ali's character, is gonna be tied into Uncle Phil. So let me set this up for you. This was gonna be another theory video, but I'm gonna give it to y'all tonight. Obviously, they fired or reprimanded Mrs. Hughes for giving Ashley a book to increase her knowledge of the struggle Black folks have gone through in America. We've seen trailers for the season where there's going to be a Black Teachers Lives Matters that Will is going to be hosting rally at the school. So what I think is going to happen is she's going to have to get some kind of lawsuit going, and she's going to go to Uncle Phil, who is now back in his law office. However, we get this cat right here who, ladies and gentlemen, I got him wrong. I thought this was Weasel from Family Matters. Turns out it's not. This is your boy from The Cosby Show. He's at the law firm with Philip, and he's up to no good. So tell me what was going through your mind when you saw this throwback on the show and Phil is back in his job in 2 weeks.
I have no idea who the other guy is. My age is showing at this very moment. I have no idea who he is.
You never watched the Cosby Show?
Of course I did, but who was he?
Okay, well you finish up. I'm gonna go get the receipts for this.
Okay, because I was just like, who's this man? But no, yeah, it's giving hateration and holleration, and this is my law firmery. Like, what do you mean? Like, I'm not. I don't think this is why the Lord has never put me in a position to have several subordinates, because I would snap. Like, first of all, I don't have to check anything with you. This is my establishment. That's number one. Number two, people get so high on their horse and they don't want to possibly like tank their reputation or for doing something that's critically correct. Like, hello, we're Black. Now, I'm not going to say, hey, you're going to like every Black person because they're Black and we're all going to hold hands and sing Kumbaya and eat sweet potato pie. Absolutely the heck not. No. People get on my nerve all the time. You know what I mean? But you should want to do stuff when you're in that position, especially for the injustice is like done and formed against people that look like you. So his character was a lame-o, and I'm ready for like Uncle Phil to kind of take this journey of helping and doing things, because who knows, like something may end up happening to Lisa father, and in the end Uncle Phil may actually be the district attorney. You know what I mean? After he done did all of this, and it may be an easier race because the people, you know, really respect what he been doing. So you know, yeah.
Miss K, you back in action. Talk to me about what crooked things you think this guy got going on, because he was taken aback that Phil came back in 2 weeks. Then he had to go run and get on a damn Zoom call, and he never really told us what was going on in that Zoom call. So what you think he got going on? I don't trust him.
Yeah, you know, with this conversation, I have to be honest. I was looking, I mean, I'm listening to it, but it wasn't really like registering if there was something shady going on. I mean, the way he was acting as if, I mean, well, yeah, we expect you to be back, but we expect you to do this and that, you know, like to be so quick about stuff. And it's kind of like, well, if this is his firm, like, why the heck not? Like, if he's a man of action, clearly he was trying to run for DA. Why the heck would he be trying to come back to the firm and move slow? You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
So as of right now, I don't know about if he's trying to do anything shady, but I wouldn't be surprised. Just the fact that he's kind of he kind of brushed him off, I mean. And so here's the thing, as far as shady goes, I see him trying to stop Uncle Phil from doing different things. You know, being like, you know, some type of obstacle all the time, or, you know, somebody that's always like trying to be like, no, you can't do this or you can't do that, or doing something behind his back to stop things. So I could see that he might be a little hater too. Yeah.
What'd you think about the theory I threw out there that Miss Hughes is going to get fired and she's going to take her case to Philip Banks' law firm to get retribution?
That would be cool. I like that. That would be cool, and especially because, like, you know, she's the original Ashley, and then she's talking to her daddy. And we'll get to have her fine behind on the screen. Whole season. She's definitely. You saw her there, right? Like, she's definitely there this season, which is really cool.
Right. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I mistakenly got this brother wrong with Weasel from Family Matters. He's really Theo's friend Howard. This is Theo from the Cosby Show. Yeah, that's his friend. You know, he just, you know, put on a little bit of that chipmunk weight.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you know, I mean, it is what it is. This was 1988. So, you know, he's still holding on for dear life.
Yes.
I'm just wondering how crooked is he going to be on the show? I'm saying, man, hey, you know, he could be like Kadeem Hardison, Miss K. He could be like Kadeem Hardison. He's not.
He could be. But I don't know.
And Kadeem Hardison was my guy.
Yeah.
So now we got to talk about Hillary's storyline, which was a love story to some degree. And I guess I'm gonna have to call you women out when a man like y'all and y'all kind of, he ain't everything I want. I enjoy his company, but I don't really want to commit to him. Well, we had one of them situations. And then when you saw that somebody else wanted the PP, all of a sudden you got hot for it all of a sudden, okay? You know, when he was starting to get kisses on the love boat, you all of a sudden decided that, no, he's mine. You may have had him once, but I got him all the time. So this is for you. How do you think this relationship with Hillary and her homegirl who likes to flaunt her money and has an ego, how's it going to work out between these two?
Is this for me?
Yes, Miss K.
I'm first of all, the fact that she you talking about between Jazz and Hillary, or Hillary and her friend, the girl, I mean.
Hillary and her friend first. I'm gonna save Jazz and Hillary for Lex, and then we'll come back to you for rebuttal. Okay.
The friend situation, I feel like they are gonna bump heads because she's really getting annoyed with her. Like she's just like, you know, kind of being bossy. And I did see that, you know, Jazz told her to just let her know how you feel, you know, that this is a partnership and stuff. So she did tell her, Hillary told her, and then she was like, the way her face looked was as, you know, she was a little taken aback and kind of felt like maybe Hillary was being a little nervy, but she didn't say that. She was like, yeah, you know, it's equal partnership or whatever, this and that. But I kind of feel like there's going to be a point where she might throw it in Hillary's face that she paid for situations. Like she paid the cost to be the boss, and Hillary is going to have to wind up getting her own money up to do certain things, kind of like how she did last season when she had to get her own money and do this and that. I feel like she's going to have to wind up doing that so she could just break away from this girl.
Yep, 100%, 100%. Lex, why do you women act like this? Okay, this man said, "What are we doing?" When you know you got a man saying, "What are we doing? Are we just friends? What are we doing?" And she's like, we just having a good time." Okay, I mean, I know why y'all do it, but I want to hear Lex the Targaryen say it. Alexis, I want to hear you say it. Alexa.
If you don't call me by my government, we're going to do it in entirety. What Alexis Jonet thinks is girls have that problem, not women. Girls play those little games that she was doing, not women. So one, I can't relate. Number two, I think it was just a thing of Hillary, you know, smelling herself like, you know, I'm Hillary, I'm that. And, you know, Jazz is not necessarily from the same amount of money, the same, but so it was a concern thing. Like, what will people think? I know they know Jazz is cool because he done been around the family, but will they think less of me if I'm dating somebody like him? And then you have to ask yourself, what is somebody like him? Like, he works. Does he make as much money as you're used to? Absolutely not. But he owns his own. I think he owned that little record place. Record play. And then people be realizing, even like your favorite, you know, artist sometime, like think about, I forgot, that was like Rod Wave, they said like 2 years ago was still working at Wendy's or something like that. Now imagine a girl is like, no, I don't want you because you're working at Wendy's, you got a nice voice and everything. Then you in the car and they talking about some Rod Wave and you like, you know, that you would have played your position and loved him for him, you would have reaped the benefits that was sold. Can I get a yay men in the comments?
Yeah. Hey, you can get an amen from this brother who often hear too many sisters that got, you know, 50 million things on the list for what they want from a man, and one of those boxes is you work where? Oh hell no.
Yeah, you can't be talking about something you work where and you buying crab legs on the EBT, rolling passenger side to your friend's house. Girl, bye.
Insane.
Like, fool yourself. It's 2023. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, like, can I reciprocate the same things that I'm requesting? Exactly. And sometimes the answer is no, but you know what? If you're on that path, I'm not saying, you know, like if you're working and he's working, like if it's not to the same status and you don't want to do that, that's absolutely fine. But don't look down on nobody. Like people sometimes just, you know, that nose be spiting that face and it's just like, you got a little less cute. I don't like that. But yeah, Hillary had to humble herself because it's like, you know, oh, I don't care. Until you saw a big K slobbing on your dude, and then it's just like, you know, so she was playing little girl games, little ha-ho cherry.
Yeah, she was.
Now, do y'all see why I hang around these women? I associate with powerful women. I married a powerful woman, okay? You know, I'm into that. Like, some men are intimidated by women that have great financial status and women of power. I fucks the hell out of them. Okay, you know what? I takes that power, pop, pop, pop.
The monetization, they finna strip us all like you.
Right, that's right. That's right. Put me in the saddle, baby. I'm in the control of all that shit. Yeah, no. But on the real talk, that's exactly what I got from it, Lex. That's exactly what I got from it. It was a classism thing, I think, for her. Like,
absolutely.
You vibing with this dude, y'all getting along. You the one keeping it secret more than he is. Okay, he ready to go ahead and lock you on down, you know, and y'all enjoy each other, so why not? You know, he's friends with Will, and I guess she had to get out there on these streets and see that there is an appetite for his style, and not only did the friend kiss him, but look at how she's doing that deceptive, modelly runway kiss with the gloves on. Almost like she's trying to cover her lips so you can't see how
that's
much.
That's that seduction kiss. We know what we be doing.
Yes. Yes. All day in the A. But you know, Hillary got it together, and I still think there's going to be twists and turns with that relationship.
Oh, absolutely. Absolute. Clear as day. It's not about to work out well at all. And every time, first of all, let me just say I love Karrueche as an actress, but every time I see her, I just think of Virginia. I think of Virginia. If y'all ever seen Claws, like I love little Karrueche.
Yeah.
Okay, now we gotta talk. We only got 2 more people to talk about, and then we'll let y'all out of here. Okay, we gotta talk about Vivian. Okay, last year for about 4 episodes, she was my new TV wife. She was somebody I felt like my sister Miss K could approve of. Okay, she was. I feel because nowadays when I get these TV women, they got to be approved by Crystal, they got to be approved by Miss K, they got to be approved by Moochie. Okay, and if them 3 don't approve, I can't have them. Okay, so
references.
So Vivian met the approval as a TV wife until she started fraternizing with old light skinned, green eyes art tapestry. Okay. And I had to cut her loose. And she had a chance to get me back. And we had a little conversation on Twitter. And she told me to just pump my brakes. Everything's going to be all right. But we find out this year, Reed is trying to keep her under his thumb. She has a direction she wants to go to turn on new artists in the art world. And Reed is like, nah, nope. You're going to be at my hip. And I'm telling y'all, it's for nefarious reasons. Miss K, tell me why I'm wrong.
You ain't wrong.
Wow.
That's exactly what I when she brought up his name and not Jeffrey, what's the husband name? Uncle Phil was like, you need me to step to him, basically. And she was like, no, I'm going to handle it. I was like, no, you better not. You better stay away from him. That is the freaking problem. You know, you cannot resist. There's something about him, and he be pushing up on her. He don't have no respect that she's a married woman and everything. And he be pushing up on her with his fine self. And she act like she can't freaking resist. You better know how to resist the fineness. When you're married, resist the fineness.
Or don't go near the fineness.
Or don't go near the fineness. You're supposed to know what you know.
That's
touch yourself in certain situations.
That's the problem with human nature. We want to be around the fineness to tilt ourselves as if we're going to stay strong when we know in our mind we asking for failure. When I'm dieting, I do not let sweets in this house. I tell Crystal to hide the damn sweets because I know that knowing that temptation is in there is talking to me. And I'm sitting there here trying to fight a fight that I don't need to fight. Why fight the fight when you can just keep the shit out the house? Okay. So Lex, what do you think about Vivian and Art Tapestry Boy? And will she finally do what she need to do and say, bruh, I don't need you. My husband's a billionaire.
I think that, first of all, you hit it on the head by saying that's like what's wrong with human nature. Fun fact. That is why that's my favorite Michael Jackson song, because that is literally what he's saying.
Me too.
Shut up! That is my favorite Michael Jackson song ever because he's literally between the main verse and the ad-libs, it's the only song I've ever heard where the ad-libs are telling a story by themselves. And then anyway,
it's a beautiful song.
But yes, like that's exactly what happens. You cannot surround yourself, like the literal lyrics are, you're gonna give in by keeping me around. That's a fact.
Right.
Like, you can be the most faithful of faithful. You keep tempting yourself. Like right now, I'm doing Lent. You feel what I'm saying? And I decided to give up bread and pasta. You're not about to see me go into a daggone Mrs. Fields talking about some, oh, it smell good, but I ain't going, because I'm a slide old boy at 5 and be like, give me about 15 of the minis. Like, listen, don't do that.
Hey,
Shimmy Jimmy. This is a prime example of Shimmy Jimmy. And when people ask me what I mean, Shimmy Jimmy, that's what would have happened. So you don't surround yourself by that level of temptation. If I were married at this point in time, at no point in time would I surround myself around Chris Brown past the meet and greet. I'm not that strong. I'm not that strong. The Lord gives us battles, and that is one that I would fall down and then get up. You feel me? Like
Yeah.
So he just need to stop all that altogether. Because being real disrespectful. But let me tell you something. If Uncle Phil chin check him one time, I guarantee you he'll be all right. Chin check him one time, he gonna be like, "Ooh, not that wife," because they said it before. He got a reputation of shimmy Jimmy and around women. And it's not even his fellowship that he earned, and then you trying to put stipulations on something that you did not earn. Like he's irritating. I mean, I would like to see him on screen, but he's irritating.
It really is irritating, but he's so fine. But I don't care. I don't like him, but he's so fine.
And look, not only like Lex said that he has a reputation, but his reputation was with young girls. They didn't say underage. They said
younger women.
They didn't say underage.
I said now he don't went from Tapestry to Tapestry Kelly. Oh my God.
And I was told he didn't like that nickname I gave him either. Light skin eyes, Art Tapestry. Well, nigga, act different.
Mr. Ely, I would just like to say, if you ever seen this, you've been fine my whole life. May you live long.
Me too. My whole life, I thought you was
all my life I had to fight the temptation of Michael Ely.
Lord.
I ain't got a problem with you, Marie.
So Michael, I know some of y'all watch. You have two outstanding fans right here that love you. Of course, you know I love you as a person. It's just your character up here, man. Can't get with that. Can't get with that, bro. And last but not least, so I can get the ladies and everybody up out of here, just Doc. He already was presented as a shady character. And at the very end, when he finally gives Will a second call back to say, I'm going to deal with you, I think the only reason he called him back was because he had already heard about who Uncle Phil was. And they actually show us him looking on the iPad at the billionaire Banks family, which I enjoyed seeing that because I didn't know they was going to make him billionaire. You know, I'm glad they did. But Lex, I'm going to give it to you first. What nefarious things could this Doc want with Will, but more importantly, the whole family?
I don't know. I feel like he finna extort him some sort of way. I don't know how, but I don't know if it's, or even if it's something like, hey, like, I need this amount of money for Will to, like, I prime example, like, let's just say he got the hookup and it's not going to cost him no money, but he'll be like, all right, in order for you to meet, you know, this person from this team for this weekend, it's about to cost you 15 racks. You know what I mean? Like he could be doing something like that, but I think it's something way more maniacal. I don't know if he gonna have, I don't know why I feel like Will gonna get kidnapped and Uncle Phil gonna have to pay for him or something. Like that may be a stretch, but I don't know. I just see if Jeffrey got to get involved, it ain't no little cat and mouse. Like Jeffrey not coming outside unless he getting his little gloves dirty. You feel me? He not missing tea and crumpets for nobody. So I predict something real greasy in the future.
Would either one of y'all be sad if they make a mistake and clip MI6?
Yeah, absolutely. What is wrong with y'all? Don't do that. If y'all got that out, listen to the people prior to. Learn from Game of Thrones. Rewrite that. I know y'all got some hidden scenes and they record that. Don't do that. Don't
play around.
I'd rather them take Uncle Phil.
Well, somebody's going to be in the hospital because in the original show we seen Uncle Phil in the hospital. We seen Carlton in the hospital. We seen
Will
in the
got shot.
hospital.
I'm about
Yep.
to say, is Will gonna
We
get
ain't
shot
seen-
again? Do him like Zeke, hit him in the knee though. Now he
The
got
only thing we haven't seen is any of the women get shot. Can we see some of the females get into a precarious situation?
I don't think nobody would get shot, but I could if it was any of the girls, I feel like the most gut impacting one would be Ashley because she's just so innocent this series.
Yes.
So maybe like some, nothing like deathly, but like
she look like she'll be a part of some type of march or something.
Well, yeah, like a protest.
And then she gotta be careful of
she
gotta be careful of the real human Megan doll that told on her.
I love Megan.
Yeah. But you know what? I think we would be sad if something happened and Mrs. Hughes got shot. I think that us old school. See, her name is Miss Hughes, not Miss Jackson. If you,
her name is Miss Ashley. We got Lil Ashley and Miss Ashley.
Oh my Lord, Miss K, talk to me about this. I can't believe this. We got new Ashley, we got old Ashley.
Old and new.
Listen.
So what you got on Doc and his aspirations with the Banks family? Because I don't even think it's about Will no more.
Yeah, it's definitely not. And I was annoyed because my thing is, why did he let him go in the first place? Talking about, I know who you are and you did good and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, so then why can't you? Like, he's got other things going on right now.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't make sense, But so my thing is when he finally calls him back, I was like, oh, this is good, right? But then here comes the shadiness. And he's looking at Will. I'm sorry, and how he's attached to basically someone with money, and here comes like extortion and stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's what it looks like. It's gonna be some type of extortion going on, or just something. Somebody and Jeffrey gonna have to he gonna have to dig. You know how you do his CIA digging?
Yep. He the man.
He's gonna have to do his little. He's gonna have to do his little CIA digging on Doc. And,
can I ask y'all a question? Would y'all like for me to get him up here and do an interview?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding?
I listen. Until you do right by us.
Oh my Lord!
That man up here.
Look.
Everything you think about.
She don't wear
every stream you stream about.
Oh my gosh!
Amen. Amen. Amen again.
Ladies and gentlemen, we getting out of here, man. But before we do, let's see what these sisters got going on. So, Lex, you have a new IG, and it's Lex the Targaryen. Anything else going on with your music?
Yes. So the new IG is Lex the Targaryen. Spam the comments, the likes, the follows, all that good stuff. And of course, the Dragons All About video came out last Friday, so that's doing good right now. So watch that any and everywhere. Watch it on your iPhone. Watch it at home. Watch it alone. Watch it on the house. Watch it with a mouse. It's Dr. Seuss.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is it for now. And flyers should be out. Flyers and ticket sales should be out by they said March 10th for my SOB show. So if you're on the East Coast, definitely come to SOB's April 18th. I will be performing. I have a set. So yes.
Yay.
That's his old thank you.
And you will keep us posted where we can get tickets and locations.
Yes.
And all. Okay.
Yes, and even if you can't come, tickets is only $20, so they can see who bought a ticket and which artist you're going for. So support.
Let us know, especially if it's around.
Yeah, in Manhattan.
Okay, yeah, Manhattan.
Yeah, Moochie said she's gonna come, so you should totally come. In these New York night streets.
I haven't been to Manhattan in a while.
I've never been to Manhattan.
I gotta run them streets again, baby.
It's giving.
Okay. And Miss K, do you have any plans for anything on your channel this week other than talking about your dissertation and your macro degree, your micro degree, your doctoral in astro blackonomics, and what we got going on for you?
Yeah.
Multifaceted.
Unbelievable.
Yes. Multifaceted.
Thank you.
And we'll make an excellent cop blocker too, I'll tell you.
Stop.
I would love to have her for a sister, boy. If you don't come correct, you ain't getting to the president's office.
So what I know for sure, well, I can't say no for sure. If it all goes well and as planned, I'm coming back this Friday for my midnight live. It's actually technically Saturday, but that's my moonlighting with Miss K session where we talk about BMF, and I still owe you guys Godfather of Harlem the last 2 episodes. Like I've been slacking, but to be honest, I'm almost about to do something I probably haven't done in a very, very, very long time, which is not make up a daggone thing. Just move right the heck along. Keep it pushing.
Sometimes you gotta do that.
Yeah, if I didn't do it, I'm sorry. I think I'm just gonna probably move on. And that might be what's gonna happen, to be honest.
Boss move, Miss K. For real. That's a boss move.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, and when stories have passed already, the algorithm probably is not going to trigger as much as if you do what's current. So
right.
And
doing all of this work for nothing.
Right. So I pick on her, but she legitimately is working on a super advanced degree. So time is of the essence with this sister, and I applaud her for at least attempting to try to keep the creative side of her brain working while she's working the analytical side, and show you guys a good time, because she knows how to break down a TV show. So does Lexa Targaryen, and you're getting a real good treat whenever these 2 women are in your presence talking about TV. And that's going to do it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. You can find me on the podcast, and I'm starting to put up more videos of this little thing right here.
Oh gosh. She is the cutest.
I swear.
Gosh.
So you got to stay tuned for me too, man. I'm letting y'all in a little bit as we get ready to celebrate having my son in a couple of months. So get ready. It's going to be fun.
Wakanda forever.
Yeah, you got that right. You got that. Like Elle already told me this little picture behind me with me, her, and the mama as heroes.
You going to add in.
Where the brother going to be at?
He's coming. That's so cute.
And then she going to tell me she want to be Wonder Woman next time.
I feel that.
Okay, girl.
Just straight up. Just straight. She want to be Wonder Woman, and the little brother going to be Ghost Spider. Spider-Man. Yeah, so we'll see.
Okay,
Any event, people, we out of here. Don't forget to like the video. I'll see you tomorrow. Moochie will be here with her new segment. We'll talk a little BMF. Then I will be streaming live the time Snowfall is on, conversating with you all during the commercials. I'm out.
See you guys.